It's official, we have our Percy Jackson. Liam Crowley here, and yes, many of you probably tune into this channel for my wrestling reactions, my Marvel reviews, my interviews with top-tier talent across Hollywood, but today I want to talk about the thing that got me into the entertainment industry to begin with, and that's Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson is an incredibly special franchise to me. It's the first book series I ever read as a kid. I remember feeling so accomplished when I was able to finish 350 pages of The Lightning Thief in just about one sitting back in second or third grade, whatever it was. It made me feel like I was a part of something bigger, and now that something bigger is becoming something massive. Just a couple of months into the pandemic, in the early months of 2020, Rick Riordan and Disney Plus announced that they would be developing a live-action Percy Jackson series for the streaming service.
Percy Jackson is coming to Disney Plus. Yes!
Yes.
This series would be a complete reboot from the critically panned franchise that included Logan Lerman and Alexandria Daddario from the early 2010s. And for that reason, considering the teases we got to both Titan's Curse and Battle of the Labyrinth at the end of the Sea of Monsters theatrical movie, I had my hesitations that this project would ever actually become a reality. And then it was officially announced at Disney Investor Day, more updates followed throughout 2021, and here we are, 2022, April 11th, and we have found our Percy Jackson. As I get my laptop out, keep the little Percy Jackson sticker we got there. Coming from Variety, the Adam Project standout Walker Scobell is playing Percy. Scobell is 13 years old. He won't turn 14 until January, long after the series wraps production, which means he is perfect to fulfill that 5-book, 16-year-old prophecy. And while a lot of the reaction has been overwhelmingly positive, what I've seen on social media, some people bring out the "who is this kid? What has he done before? Why have I never heard of him?" And to that, I have significant pushback, because not all Hollywood castings are known names. Sometimes people have to be plucked from obscurity to get that role that launches them into superstardom. It obviously went down in the early 2000s with Daniel Radcliffe, a complete unknown, being picked to play Harry Potter, but I draw comparisons to something that happened in more recent memory, that being Tom Holland being cast as Spider-Man. When the casting process for Spider-Man was ongoing in 2015, Asa Butterfield was the front runner to get the role. For those who don't know Asa, up until 2015, he had a starring role in Hugo, a film directed by Martin Scorsese. So when Marvel went in a different direction and cast a relative unknown in Tom Holland, many people were scratching their brains wondering why they wouldn't go with someone who has such a proven track record with one of the most accomplished directors of all time. Of course, I say that today in 2022, 7 years after he was cast as Peter Parker, and it sounds crazy in hindsight. Tom Holland is one of the biggest movie stars, regardless of age, in the world today, and has successfully led not just the Spider-Man franchise, but also launched the Uncharted franchise, which did pretty good numbers at the box office for a video game movie. That aside, let's cycle back to 2015 when Holland was first being cast in the role of Peter Parker. Up until then, Tom Holland's most notable acting credit was as Thomas Nickerson in the movie In the Heart of the Sea, which followed the story of Moby Dick. And while the movie was largely forgettable in hindsight, Holland was rubbing shoulders with the likes of Chris Hemsworth and Cillian Murphy in the ensemble before he even entered the Marvel Universe. Just like Holland was rubbing shoulders with Thor and Scarecrow, Scobell was sharing the screen with the likes of Hulk, Deadpool, and Gamora. No, not actually those characters, but the actors behind them: Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Zoe Saldana, and even Jennifer Garner. The point there being that regardless of his limited acting credits, Scobell has already worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood and held his own.
I was just looking.
Don't touch my stuff.
Is this a lightsaber?
No, it's not a lightsaber.
So not only is he built for this role from a talent standpoint, Walker Scobell is also a Percy Jackson superfan. You can read it now on his blog, but Rick describes Walker as a super fan of Percy Jackson and even says he has read all the way through the Trials of Apollo series. And perhaps the most heartwarming thing of them all, when Rick and Becky cold called Walker to give him the news that he was cast in this role way back on January 28th, Walker just happened to be wearing an orange Camp Half-Blood t-shirt. And when Walker arrived in California in February for a chemistry read with the currently unknown actors that will be portraying Annabeth and Grover, he showed up in a New York Yankees baseball cap. So yes, we've come a very long way from the cast of Percy Jackson not knowing the significance behind blue food.
I really like this one because it's just random, and I like random questions. Do you guys like blue food?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like blueberries.
We officially have our Percy Jackson. Grover and Annabeth are on the way, and June 1st, the day this show starts filming in Vancouver, is only under 2 months away. Demigods, I think Camp Half-Blood is in really good hands moving forward, and I want to know your reaction to this casting news. What do you think of Walker Scobell playing the Son of Poseidon? Let me know in the comment section down below. And on a personal note relating to my channel as a whole, a lot more irregular content coming over to this channel, and let me know if you enjoyed this video and want more Percy Jackson content like this. I'm gonna give you more Percy Jackson content, but you gotta let me know in the comment section down below or give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, Demigods, I've been Liam Crowley. Remember to listen to your prophecies.